In this video, I will talk about some important inventions farming in ancient Egypt. The first invention I will introduce is the solar calendar. So, using the solar calendar, people count the number of days before the next year comes. And the way they mark the next year is from the flooding in Nile River, because every year Nile River floods at around the same time, which is July to September. So they will count the number of sunrises and the number of sunsets in order to know how many days there is until the next flooding. And they note that there's about 365 times of sun rising and sun setting before the next flood. The next invention is the sundials. People use sundials to note the time they are in right now. For example, they use the shadow of the sun made from the sun to know the time. Wherever the shadow points to, it means the time is, for example, the first hour of the day. This is another photo showing how the sundial works using the shadow of the sundial. So using this method, there's also some limitations. Do you know what kind of limitations? So one of the most important limitations of using sundial is that because it relies on the sun to project some shadows, therefore time could not be counted when there's no sun. For example, during nighttime or during days which is very cloudy. So therefore, they thought of another method to count time when the sundial could not work, which is the next invention I will introduce, which is the water clock, 水钟. Basically, the way it works is that it's something like a timer in ancient Egypt. So people will fill the container with water and allow it to drip away from the monkey's hole, and then in the process, they will know how much time has passed, especially when the water runs up. It's something like a timer in ancient Egypt. So using both the sundial and also the water clock, which is a clock in nighttime, they found out that there's about 24 hours per day. And then next we have mathematics calculations. So many of the calculations we have today are invented in ancient Egypt, such as decimals, areas, volume, and also fractions. They also invented methods for measurement, such as using forearms and also using their palms and even their fingers for measurements. They measure length using these methods. So this is basically the end of the video introducing some important inventions of ancient Egypt. Thank you for watching.